Hi, good morning. A pleasant morning to everyone. My name is Christopher Douglas Avila. I am a master's in business administration student presenting my thesis on productive organizational energy and its link to organizational citizenship behaviors of a family enterprise in Cebu City. Background and rationale. I've always been interested into topics that is in an interest in organizational citizenship behaviors, particularly in the Asian setting. These OCB or organizational citizenship behaviors are helpful behaviors, not necessarily part of the employee's duties and responsibilities, but are somehow play an effective role in a smooth functioning for the organization. And the second interest is in the interest in the energy states of the organization. So basically, I have two curiosity questions during this thesis. First off, how are organizational citizenship behaviors or OCB manifested, particularly in the Asian setting? And if we as individuals have our own energy states, does the organization have as well? And a third is there a link or relationship between one and two? With this, curiosity has led me to the framework of OCB. So this is the concentric model of OCB, uh, an Asian view of the model of OCB. So this kind of OCB is manifested according to the foci of action. That is OCB manifested to the self, to the group, to the organization, or to society. So each foci of action have an OCB dimension. Next is the Framework for Organizational Energy by Brook and Vogel. So it explains or describes organizational energy according to intensity and quality, with having a negative quality and a positive quality and high intensity and low intensity. So this creates a matrix with energy states such as corrosive energy, resigned inertia, comfortable inertia, and productive energy. So for my thesis, I will only be focusing on productive energy because I believe that productive energy is the most beneficial energy state for an organization. So my research questions would be to determine the relationship between organizational citizenship behavior and productive organizational energy. So this study aims to answer the following questions. So what are the socio-demographic profile of the respondents in the study? So this includes the gender, the age, the tenure, educational attainment, and position of the company. What is the level of organizational citizenship behavior of the respondents in terms of the 11 OCB dimensions, such as taking initiative, helping coworkers, voice, participation in group activities, promoting company image, self-learning, keeping workplace clean, interpersonal harmony, protecting and saving company resources, social welfare participation, and compliance with social norms. Next is the level of productive organizational energy of the respondents. Next is what is the relationship between productive organizational energy and organizational citizenship behavior. And lastly, based on the findings of the study, what strategies can be created in order to improve and sustain productive energy and promote organizational citizenship behaviors. So as a framework, it would look like this. So this is my conceptual framework. So using productive energy as an independent variable, I would like to see if there is a link between energy and all the 11 dimensions of the OCB. And with this analysis of the two variables, of the many variables, I would like to propose strategies how to improve productive energy and promote OCB. So for my research methods, I will be using a descripto correlation case study design. For my research environment, it will be the Avila group of companies which I am connected. So this includes the JESA Management Corp, JESA Cebu Century Plaza Hotel, Colon Heritage Realty Corp, and Cebu Ace Gaming Corp. So the sampling method used will be full consensus since I have access to most of the respondents. So this includes 66 employees, 21 female, 45 male, ages 22 to 40. So here is the breakdown of the respondents according to their company. For my research instrumentation, I will be using the Organizational Energy Questionnaire from the author's book called Fully Charged by Hickebrook and Bernvogel. And for the OCB, I created my own OCB instrument adapted from the OCB model from Farr and Zong. So this OCB instrument have been content validated by registered psychometricians and have been done reliability testing with an internal consistency of 0.939 alpha. For the treatment of data, the descriptive statistics will be used for the demographic profile and multiple correlational analysis using the Pearson R to determine the strength of relationship. Uh, 0.05 alpha will be used to determine the significance of fit, and all the data will be analyzed using Microsoft Excel and SPSS 12. Okay, I'll be using the following interpretation schedule to determine the strength of relationship using the Pearson R. For my results and discussion, so below are the gender distribution of the respondents. So during the data gathering, one male employee resigned, leaving a total of 65 respondents instead of 66. So here is the gender distribution according to the company. So majority of the respondents are male. JMC and CHR has the most balanced mix of male and female employees. So this point forward, I'm going to be using acronyms to describe to name the company so that on this point forward. And next is CPH and EAE, so that's Century Plaza Hotel and Cebu Ace Entertainment, have more male employees due to certain job conditions requiring employees to be male. So these positions are the bellman, electrician, and maintenance crew. So if you notice, there are a lot of male employees in these two companies highlighted in red. Next up is the age distribution of the respondents. So majority of the respondents are of the ages 31 to 40 age bracket with an average of 47%. For the tenure, majority of the respondents' tenure is at 2 to 5 years or an average of 36%. The educational attainment of the respondents, so majority of the respondents are college graduates, so this is the basic qualification for employment application. So respondents who have reached college level or stopped schooling was due to either financial difficulties or letting a younger sibling finish school first. With the position of the respondents, the majority of the respondents come from the rank and file. So let's move on with the level of organizational citizenship behaviors according to the foci of action towards the self. So this includes self-learning, taking initiative, and keeping workplace clean. So JMC has the highest level of self-learning. So this means that staff who feel secure in their jobs dedicate more time in learning new skills to help the organization more. CPH or Century Plaza Hotel has the highest levels of taking initiative. So this means that employees here have more willingness to take more additional work. CPH, Century Plaza Hotel, also have the highest level of keeping workplace clean. So this is because the workplace cleanliness, being a hospitality industry, can be very noticeable, and it should be part of its standards. Next up is OCB according manifested towards the group. This includes interpersonal harmony and helping co-workers. So JMC scored the highest levels of interpersonal harmony. So this is due to a smaller workforce creating a more warm and friendlier workspace. CPH, Century Plaza Hotel, also have the highest levels of helping coworkers. So these behaviors are the employee's willingness to assist coworkers in work or personal matters. Next up is the OCB scores according to manifested in the organization, that is including saving company resources, voice, and participation in group activities. All of the respondents have high levels of saving company resources, with JMC have scoring the highest. So this the company has become saving company resources has become second nature due to its best practices. For the voice, so all respondents have average or moderate levels of voice. So most respondents are not too keen in providing verbal approval towards their coworkers. So they feel that a simple thank you or a simple gratitude is enough. Next up is all of the respondents have a high levels of participation in group activities, with Century Plaza Hotel as the highest. So this is because this hospitality industry nature provides more opportunities for staff to participate in group activities. Next is the level of OCB behaviors with the focus of action towards the society. So this includes company image, compliance to social norms, and social welfare participation. So among the for the company image, the JMC scored the highest, while all other respondents have a moderate score. So this is because long tenured staff tend to treat their company as their home. So promoting company image means that it's an employee's effort in supporting the company reputation. Okay, most respondents have scored high in compliance with social norms, with only Colon Heritage Realty scoring moderate. Compliance to social norms mean that it is the employee's willingness to follow rules. And lastly, most respondents have an average score in social welfare participation, with Cebu Ace Entertainment having the highest score. So these social welfare participation are the employees' willingness to participate in social welfare and public services. Next up is organizational energy. So there's respondents have a mixed levels of productive energy. So with JMC having the highest level of productive energy and CHR, Colon Heritage Realty having the lowest. So this means that JMC is able to utilize productive energy, resulting to high levels of productivity, mental attentiveness, and emotional attachment. For the correlational analysis, okay, so we have the relationship between energy and OCB. So we have a moderate positive relationship for energy and helping coworkers, a weak positive relationship for energies and self-learning and keeping workplace clean, and a very weak positive relationship for energy and interpersonal harmony and promoting company image, and no significant relationship between energy and taking initiative, voice, saving company resources, participation in group activities, compliance in social norms, social welfare participation, and taking initiative. For the productive energy and OCB general, so we have a significant positive relationship. So here are the ANOVA results. So this means that only helping coworkers with a p-value of 0.031 showed a p-value less than 0.05 alpha. So this means that there is a statistically significant difference in the means of the respondents' OCB helping coworkers dimension. This also means that all other OCB dimensions, not the ones that are not highlighted red, are not statistically significant. For summary and conclusions, respondents manifested moderate levels of productive organizational energy, All the respondents are manifesting high levels of organizational citizenship behaviors, with GMC high scoring the highest score in the following OCB dimensions, CPH with the highest score in the following OCB dimensions, and CAE having the highest score in OCB social welfare participation. Third is there's a significant positive relationship between productive organizational energy and organizational citizenship behaviors. We have a moderate positive relationship on helping coworkers, a weak positive relationship on self-learning and keeping workplace clean, a very weak relationship between interpersonal harmony and promoting company image, and no significant relationship between taking initiative, saving company resource, voice, participation in group activities, compliance with social norms, and social welfare participation. Below is my proposed intervention program among the respondents. So these are divided into energy management workshops to help promote the energy as well as introduce organizational citizenship behaviors and engagement activities to help manage productive energy. For my recommendations, a similar study be undertaken using different industries, perhaps a non-family enterprise, and using a different sampling technique, in using a greater sample since this thesis only covers 65 employees, and also a different research instrumentation, probably using a different model of OCB. Second is further studies on citizenship behaviors using the concentric model to be used to narrow the research gap on OCB in Asian setting. The concentric model of OCB is not so used in OCB related researches, most particularly in the Asian setting. So further studies on this is highly recommended. Next is further studies on the relationship between OCB and productive organizational energy. Next is other researches explore other variables why individuals perform OCB. So it can be why perhaps employees perform citizenship behaviors in order to impress management or probably due to counterproductive work behaviors. And that ends my presentation. Thank you for listening and have a great morning.